Thursday, March the 16th, 2023, high noon here in Tennessee. Detecting talk of the day. Well, I gave the old EQX15 call away today. I just have to mail it to the new owner when I get an address. It's windy here. Wind's come up substantially here just in the last 20 minutes. I don't like doing these videos in my truck, but I don't do them in my house for security reasons generally, okay? Plus, the wife, she don't get too much into this mess. Anyway, some people may have a good idea about me. They may have a bad idea or a bad opinion of me. I am who I am, okay? Now, some of these metal detectors, they don't cost that much. And there's some that cost a lot more. Everybody's on a different budget. And, a $200 detector could mean just as much to a person as another person a $1,600 machine means to, okay? And it ain't really got so much to do with the performance of the detector as maybe they value it because maybe they're less fortunate. Maybe they're not rich, okay? Or maybe they don't have very much money. Well, I don't care. I mean, I'm not rich. I've used some cheaper machines. And I've had some machines, Mine Lab, I've got this Manicore, okay. I had to test it pre-release, but how am I going to test a machine that I don't have to help, help them out and help potential purchasers later out? That don't work too good. But I've disclosed that, So yeah, this showing what I do with these detectors. Well, there are these things, where you can go on the internet and we see where like autos are being recalled. And we see these things called technical service bulletins, things like that. We don't really have that with metal detectors. So you buy your metal detector and you start using it. And maybe there's something that's come up with it. It doesn't keep the detector from working necessarily, but it's something you might want to be aware of. Well, that's how I look at this. That's sort of what I try to do with my YouTube channel. Now, I used to post on a lot more forums and talk about some of this stuff. I still post on a few forums. So that's what this is really about, It's like, do you want to go out here, for example, and you want to drop $600 on a machine? Well, just say it's a machine I've talked about. Well, if it's doing something, what I consider improper, wouldn't a user benefit? I mean, yeah, I could send this privately to a company, and hide it. Maybe, it would make the machine look bad, and it might hurt sales. Well, I don't look at it that way. I don't show preferential treatment to publicly released machines to manufacturers. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring this up in this video. This marketing person, her name is Dilek, D-I-L-E-K. She went over there and she posted on the Dankowskis forum, and I put something over there. I put the truth, by the way, about what I did with that Legend detector. She come right in behind me, and I declared I wasn't going to respond in that forum because I knew she would be over there. But I just told the truth. And if you go back and you read what I posted, well, she claims I was trying to take credit. I guess me and Calabash was both trying to take credit. Well, that's sort of hard to say because if you go back over there and look what I said I actually revisited an issue that was brought up by a YouTuber previously. Yeah, Detector Comparison is the one put me on this little thing with version 1.08 with a Legend. You all remember that. If you had the ground balance at 0, it ID'd a nickel properly. But if you went out and you balanced the machine over, let's say the ground gave a 40 phase number, you swept a nickel, it was ID'd about 3 points low. Well, they corrected this with an update. But there was talk back then, oh, the machine wouldn't reset, and that's the cause. Well, I got the machine, and I reset it, and I showed videos the problem was there. I wasn't trying to take credit for anything. And I even made a comment down there, did what me and Calabash showed with a legend, did it help with anything that was changed on the machine? And I answered my own question. IDK. I don't know. I wasn't taking credit for jack. But I was aware of what that machine was doing. And I felt, obligated. And I even made comments in some of the videos I did. If anybody wants to send this to the manufacturer, feel free. But I'm not obligated to just a manufacturer, or I'm more obligated to the people that bought the machines. Yeah, I'll help a manufacturer out. I helped them out. They could look at the video like anybody else. If they're smart enough to look at my YouTube channel, they would have seen that. But evidently, she says she found out all these problems with this machine over by her Facebook group. Okay, well, that's good. Good for her. Good for them people. I don't know if that's true or not. But if it is, that's good. So yeah, we don't have, a lot of these products, you see recalls on the TV, now some of this stuff, this is not safety related, like some of this stuff with automobiles, and some of these things may be involving young children, like baby cribs. But, it is nice, if you go out here and you spend money on a piece of equipment, it's like, well, okay, somebody's sort of, somebody's looking, and I would expect anybody that's using the equipment, why would you want to keep it a secret? If you're a member of a metal detecting forum, or you got a YouTube channel, you share the information. I mean, that's how a lot of times how this stuff gets fixed. And look, you can't fix nothing you don't know's wrong, right? You can't. I don't know. See, I don't know what manufacturers know. And as a matter of fact, I'll just bring this up, It's no secret. I've said this, but I'm not going to talk about this new DS2 update. I'm working with that company. Well, I have relayed some information, back to the owner of that company. Well, I don't know what he knows. Okay? I don't know. But I err in the favor of I don't know what he knows. I see this, and I'm going to share it with him. That's how it works. That's how I work, okay? I don't know what people out there know about their metal detectors. There's some people out there that know more about certain models than I do, but I don't know who they are. I could guess. I'd say Rattlehead probably knows as much about a DS2 now as I do. I'm using him as an example, but I don't know, exactly what a person knows. And, that doesn't mean I wouldn't share. I'm not going to sit back and wait, for example, on somebody else that I think knows the equipment as well as I will. I'll wait for them to tell everybody, break the bad news to them. The machine's got a flaw, or you have to do a workaround with certain instances depending. So yeah, just share the information. Let the companies can look at the data. Hey, if a company wants to respond in any YouTube I've done, hey, they're more than welcome. I don't mind that at all. And if they want to say, hey, thanks for sharing, hey, we're looking into this, or have you tried whatever, or maybe I have made an error. I can make a mistake. Hey, I'll retest, I'll relook at anything. Okay, but if I relook at it, and based on my honest opinion, and I still think it's a flaw or something needs to be looked at, that's how I'm going to view it, okay? That's how I'm going to view it. So anyway, that's the detector talk of the day. Yeah, y'all using that equipment out there, share it. There's no reason to keep secrets. And, these companies are busy. I know for a fact there's two companies they're hired at work right now. I ain't going to say who they are. They're looking at their equipment. They always are looking at their equipment. A lot of these people think, well, they've released such and such model and they're done with it. Far from it. They're looking at it. As they should be. It's a competitive market. And, look, these engineers, they pride themselves. They pride themselves, when they go to work, they pride themselves in, well, how can I make this better? What kind of breakthrough can I make through experimentation or using their knowledge? And, it does take time. And time's not always on their side, when it comes to product release. So, yeah, we see some of these products get updates. And some people are probably, well, why wasn't that on it when it was released? Well, it takes time. And you have to prove what you have discovered. You just don't slap happy throw something in a machine and throw it out to the public and say, well, because you can actually you can improve one thing and make something else worse. Well, you don't want to do that. And these updatable detectors, there's a lot goes on inside of them. It's above my pay grade, okay? I mean, I got some digital training in electronics when I was in the Air Force, but it's even more complicated now versus when I got out some 20 years ago. So anyway, that's the detecting talk of today. I hope you enjoyed.